it worth staying on site at Disneyland Paris? If you're thinking about staying at Disneyland Paris Hotel, here's what you need to know before you book. I'm breaking down the costs, the perks, and whether it's actually worth the extra money to stay on site at Disneyland Paris. I've stayed both on site and I've stayed in Airbnbs and hotels off-site, so I have pretty much all the information. First, let's talk money. Disneyland Paris hotels range from around 150 to 250 euros per night for value hotels like Disney Hotel Cheyenne, up to 400 to 1,000 plus euros per night for premium options like the Disneyland Hotel. So what do you get for that price? Firstly, extra magic time. You can access the parks up to 30 minutes before regular guests, which is huge for beating the crowds on popular attractions. Walking distance. You can literally walk to the parks in 2 to 20 minutes depending on your hotel. No need for transport. However, some of them are a little bit further away even if they are technically on-site hotels. Guaranteed park entry. Even on sold-out days, hotel guests still get park access. However, this is something you can get by staying off-site if you have a dated park ticket. Disney immersion. The magic doesn't end when you leave the parks. You have themed rooms, character dining, and Disney touches everywhere. Free parking. If you're driving, that's saving 30 euros per day. So it might be worth it if you're driving. But here are some numbers to consider. In an average off-site hotel, you're going to be spending 80 to 120 euros per night. However, you may also need to include parking and transport. Although a lot of the off-site hotels actually do have transport included. One of the hotels I stayed at most recently actually did a taxi service for free whenever you wanted to go to the parks or come back from the parks. It was incredible. You also need to take into account that yes, extra magic time is included, but oftentimes not that many attractions will be open during that time. And there won't necessarily be that many places to grab a coffee or food as well. So although yes, it could technically save you some queuing time, it may also be slightly disappointing. But on the other hand, Disneyland Paris sees over 15 million visitors annually, so those extra 30 minutes in the park could be golden. And another thing to factor here is if you're staying off-site, you can still visit the resorts without needing to be staying there. You can even dine in those resorts. So the verdict, is it worth it? If you're doing a short 2 to 3 day trip and want to maximize your park time, then yes, the convenience, the extra magic time, and immersive experience makes it worthwhile. But if you're on a tight budget or you're staying longer, or perhaps this isn't your first time visiting Disneyland Paris, you can save money off-site and still have an amazing trip. Just plan for transport time and potential parking costs. Have you stayed on-site at Disneyland Paris? Don't forget to follow for more Disney tips.